Columbine, 1999. Virginia Tech, 2007. Aurora, 2012. Newtown, 2012. Statistics show that 15 of the 25 worst mass shootings in the last 50 years took place in the United States. And of the 12 deadliest shootings in the US, 6 have happened from 2007 onward. These mass shootings are one of the worst attacks done in America. But who's to blame? The gun or the person using it? Now, our Second Amendment in the Constitution tells us that we have the right to bear arms and that right should not be infringed. Let's see what people say about guns and about whether or not we should have them or we should not.
My name is Lisa Salas.
My name is Grace Von Tilo.
My name is Carlos Pelayo.
My opinion on the role of guns in our society is basically two things. I think that they're useful in helping people feel protected, but they are very detrimental in the fact that they give people the power of life, where ending a life is as simple as pulling a trigger. And I think that when you give someone the power to pull a trigger and end a life, it's too much power for someone to be able to judge themselves.
The role of guns are to shoot and kill. That's what a gun does. And it seems to me that it should only be police officers and the military that are using or have a need to use guns. I understand the Second Amendment, and I understand that in our Constitution, when that was written, people of that day had to defend themselves with muskets. They were in the Wild East or the Wild West. But obviously, 200 years later, a lot has changed. And if people need a gun to feel like they need to defend themselves, I can understand a pistol if they have to keep that in their house. I would personally never do that because I would feel that it might discharge, and even if I knew how to use it, I would be afraid that someone might get access to it and it might be used to cause harm. If people say they need to hunt, well, that's people's right to be able to hunt. And in the day when we needed to hunt for our very food, I can see needing a gun to do that. But in this day and age, hunting is more of a sport. And there again, it wouldn't be my sport because I try to protect living things.
Guns has gotten a lot of discussion lately, and I think that's something that we need to address. You know, I understand about, having guns. I don't think there's anything wrong with having guns. But I do have a problem with having high caliber guns, certain types of guns that just don't belong in the city or in the hands of people in the city. I don't think you need that. So I think that there needs more discussion.
I don't think that gun control is the answer to mass shootings. I think that we need to look at society and stop trying to blame the individual for these greater social problems. We have to look and realize that this is something that's happening in places all around the country. We need to question, why is it that these people have such anger, and what can we do to help these people? What is missing from their lives that they feel such anger and the need to act out? Guns are a part in it because if they didn't have the guns, obviously they wouldn't be able to have such a massive impact. And so I think that it's a little bit of both, to tell you the truth.
I think gun control will need to be one piece of a whole picture. I think it's going to need to be an entire society that decides that our path is just too violent. We are one of the most violent societies in the world. Here we have the wealth, we have the resources, we have the capabilities to empower millions, heal our climate, heal pollution, and instead we're seen around the world as a violent force. I believe that gun control will need to be one piece of it because I think there is no place in our society for the weapons of mass destruction, those guns that have unlimited firepower. That's ridiculous. No one needs to have one of those in their home. I can understand the military needing that, in rare cases a police officer, but nobody in their home needs that. And there need to be background checks that are carried out, because obviously there are many people that need mental health care from the young years that should be identified by a teacher, by family members to get help. And so gun control should be a piece of a whole societal package to heal our nation.
I think that's part of the answer. I don't think it's the full answer. I think it would be too easy. I think part of the answer is gun regulation. I think hollow points, armor piercing, those are questions that need to be addressed. Why do we need armor piercing bullets or hollow points in the city? I'm not sure why. So that is part of the solution, but not all of it. I think you still need to look at mental health and other issues that go along with it. So it has to be a comprehensive plan, not just a simple yes or no.
People kill people, and guns also kill people. Like I said, it's a really complicated issue, and guns definitely play a large role in it. If it wasn't for guns, people may try to work things out a different way. So I think that guns kill people, in my opinion.
If someone is angry and they have a stick or they have a rock at their disposal, they're going to do some damage. Out of anger, they're going to hurt somebody. Or if they have a knife, they're going to hurt somebody. If they're angry, cannot control their anger, or they're trying to protect themselves, or they feel. But put a gun in someone's hand, and especially a high-powered gun that has unlimited firepower, the potential, like we've seen in Newtown, like we see every day somewhere in our nation, for multiple mass killings is horrible, and it needs to stop.
You see, that's such a black and white question. I don't think it's that easy. Stats show that if you have a gun in the house, you're more prone to someone to get shot, and with the children, family, whatever, because you have access to the gun. So it's not that easy. It's not easy to say that, because people kill people. I mean, absolutely, that's right. But having a gun in your house ups the ante, or ups the odds of getting shot. So it's a kind of a tough question, and I think that at the end of the day, people kill people, but having access to guns ups your odds of getting shot.